and welcome to our channel. Today is Christmas Eve, so we're going to be making a Burr basket for my mini-me and a rocking horse for my brother. I got inspired by Pinterest. I want my basket to be able to fit here on this console table. I want it to be a little bigger than half, so maybe around 7 and maybe 5. To make the basket, I'm going to use a recycled cereal box. On the card, I marked a rectangle that is 5 by 7. I want it, when it's standing, to be around 4.5 in height, so I added that to each side. Now we cut on these lines, stopping at the rectangle. I was originally going to cover the inside of the basket with this white fabric, but I soon learned that it will show the print of the box. So first we're going to cover it in brown paper. It doesn't have to look perfect. Mine looks like this. Next we're going to fold and glue the flaps at the back. Now we're going to use this thread to wrap around and cover our box. This is what it looks like fully covered in twine. Next, we're going to cover the outside of the basket with the fabric from earlier, like so. And glue it in on the outside as well. Before gluing, I folded and hemmed the edge so that it looks nice and neat when folded. I glued together these two edges, and now all I have to do is glue the bottom and push it in. For extra details, you can add some faux leather, if you have any, to the sides, like so. Even after Christmas, we'll be able to use this basket in our doll dioramas. Now, let's fill it up. I know it might be a little bit late for this one, but I really want to add this My Froggy Stuff oldie but goodie advent calendar. Next are some cozy pajamas. We got these from the Retro Barbie Christmas Morning in one of our previous videos. For the cozy blanket, we're going to use a piece of fabric that we found. Since it's my mini-me, a good book. I could easily use one of my little animal plushies because I have many, but I want to make something myself. First, draw a Christmas tree shape on paper, then trace and cut it out on card, then cut out 2 sides. I'm using green felt. When cutting, don't forget to leave a tiny stitch allowance. Now put them good side to good side. I'm going to use a back stitch, but you can also use glue. Let's flip this boy right side out. Now let's add some stuffing. Next, you're going to stuff the little pillow with anything soft. I ended up using this to shove the stuffing in. Then you're going to put a little brown piece in. I folded it in half. And glue everything together. I'm not too sure how much of a tree this is, might be a bit of a rocket ship or fish. I'm going to add some beads later to make it look more like a tree, maybe even a star on top. But for now, this is our little pillow. It's so derpy. I love it so much. To make the rocking horse, you'll need to cut it out, and I'm cutting off the rocking part as well. Once you cut it out, glue it to reused card. I'm using the same cereal box, and you might have to repeat it at least 3 times. And then you get the same horse and trace it on another card, so you have 2 of them. I poked 2 holes on the same spots. This is where we're going to put the handles later. Next, you're going to glue the 2 parts together, but leave the legs apart. Like this. I used a jumbo paper clip to help it stick so it can dry. While it's doing that, let's prep the rocking part. First, I hot boiled 2 craft sticks so they can become flexible. And then I put them inside this bowl to make them round. I used clothing pegs to keep it steady and left it overnight to dry. Here's one of them after that whole process. As you can see, it's perfect for our little rocking horse. The horse looks dry enough, so now we can use this nail file to sand down the edges and make everything nice and even. We cut the sticks to the desired length, then we mark where the horse's hooves are gonna go. Then we connect them with 2.7 centimeter smaller sticks. On second thought, let's first glue the small sticks to the horse and then attach the big ones. And lastly, we're going to stick the toothpick or tiny wooden dowel through the hole to create a handle. Now we paint the whole thing whatever color you like. I myself am going to go for a nice brown. This is only the first coat of paint, and I am already loving it. I'm going to put it to dry so I can add a second one, but it already looks so realistic. This has to be my second favorite thing after this crazy little tree. Back to our Burr basket. It needs a final touch, and I think I know what that would be. I love cozy socks, so of course I'm going to add some to the Burr basket. For that, we're going to use this actual white clean sock. We're going to take a piece that we cut out and fold the top before wrapping it around the leg and sewing around it. So here. I cut a little piece of the sock packaging and put it like this, and then you add a small drop of glue to stick it together. But make sure you don't glue the packaging to the socks so they can still come out. Can't have a Burr basket without a mug. Luckily, last year's printables have a beautiful selection to choose from, and you can make your own mug. Let's add our hot glue gun biscuit into the mug and a candy cane. And our basket is ready. All we have to do now is place it into some recycled plastic, like that. Cut the top and tie it with a ribbon. And now, if you're looking for a last-minute craft that you can just throw together with whatever you have at home, this is perfect for the miniature enthusiast in your life. Now I'm just gonna slip that under the tree and pretend it's not too big.